Hi Virgo, welcome to November. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have been well. Wow, November already. Scorpio new moon on the 4th. Are you guys ready for this one? Halloween on the 31st. Of course, outer planets are going direct. This new moon is opposite Uranus, which might add a bit of, I don't know, I want to call it spice, but I think it's just more like prepare for a roller coaster of fun. The joyride. Prepare for the joyride. This is what November is. It's a whole freaking joyride. Let your guard down, I would say. Be open to all of the possibilities, the intense passion, the obsession, the lust, the sex, the dreams, the hope, the wishes, all of the fun stuff come November. Virgo, are you ready? Is your heart up for it? I hope so. It's going to be a good one. Okay, so as I said, all the outward planets going direct. Saving grace for this new moon is Venus. Mercury is sextiling Venus, so that should sort of add a bit of a melodious chill to this cosmic time of death and rebirth, creation, focusing so intently on your career, on what makes you money, on your own personal evolution, your rebirth, feeling like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is that dark, moody momentum. This is that push to the end of the race. And November, I have a great anticipation for a lot of fun. Scorpio season is a good time. Let your hair down. Veils are thin at this time, so your intuition is strong. Virgo, for November, I've got the 4 of Pentacles, I've got the 9 of Swords, I've got the King of Swords, and I've got the Star card. So I think where there has been a period of stagnation, I think it's safe to say, with a Gemini, Aquarius, heavy Aquarius energy here, or a possible Libra. There's been this stagnation, there's been this period of just holding on to individually what you have, the status quo, not really budging, not really moving. Everything's quite detached. It's quite separate, everything to each his own. Very, I don't know, there's no momentum, there's no chance for movement when you're in this 4 of Pentacles place. And I think the lesson here really is to loosen up. You don't need to hold on too tightly. Loosen your grip. Let whatever may fall, and accept the fact that things can't stay the same. More stuff does need to come in, and you might be at this place where you've just got to drop it. This 9 of Swords, this energy, it's almost like reliving certain nightmares. Do you know what I mean? It's like going over, rehashing. It's mental conflict, Virgo. It's you torturing yourself, and it could be because you're perhaps holding on too tightly to things that you know are not progressive. You need to let go so that you can expand, so that you can grow. November, it's a really good idea for you to not only clean out your mental clutter, but your bedroom, your sleeping space. Scorpio being that fixed water sign is very much about your emotional well-being and being able to sit still with your feelings. And if it has been quite dark, if it has been quite moody, if it's been quite gloomy, then it's a really good opportunity, Scorpio season, for you to figure out exactly what it is. What are all of these swords? What are all of these tensions? What are all of these things that have perpetually been sat there? And is it time to finally clear it all out? Is it time to go through each one of these swords, each one of these life experiences that still pierces through your subconscious, your consciousness? What is it? Why is it still there? What is it that you can do to clear it up? This is part of evolution, and this is part of your consciousness expanding. Letting go of what you've known, letting go of the ego, letting go of what you think is. Clearing out the reasons why you can't, the things that have been holding you back, clearing up all of the things that you know are just emotional setbacks. there is this need for a detachment. There is this need for a bit of intellect, a need for a bit of swift, logical, intellectually well thought out, well put together application to achieving something that's a little bit beyond what you've allowed yourself to do, Virgo. You're being invited in Scorpio season to sit in the stillness with the night stars, the starry sky, and map and plan out a future for yourself a lot bigger than perhaps what you have been allowing yourself. We're getting cards and frauds, synchronicities everywhere. The 9 of Wands, the 9 of Cups. This came out in your weekly reading. I would check that out again if I were you. 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. 2 kings here. Virgo, you know that there are so many options that are surrounding you at the moment, and it's almost as if you're not sure which direction is the one for you, and it's almost as if you're using work, you're using your responsibilities as a protective barrier from the rest of the world. And it's a really good time perhaps to remind you that what you plug in right now in terms of your career is going to really serve you, Virgo. I feel like Scorpio season is one of those times where you get really good at making money because you're really focused at what you need to do. You're surrounding yourself with your work, your responsibilities, the things that you know protect you. Getting above the water, getting your head above the water. I think you're coming very quickly to the end of certain cycles. If it's been quite burdensome, if it's felt as if you've been really having to carry a lot of burdensome weight, I do feel like come Sagittarius season, it lightens up, but we've got to go through this really intense period of Scorpio season to come to this 9 of Cups. And you leave November not only free of a lot of burdens, but you are also emotionally a lot more content. You've got the 8 of Cups here and the 9 of Cups and the King of Wands, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy, right between the two. Someone asked me, how do you go in search of the 9th cup? Now, I want you to think about it this way, Virgo. If you know that you have reached this place in your life where you've done well for yourself, you kind of accumulated everything that you wanted to, and you're comfortable. If you've been feeling, or if you do feel like, hey, you know what, I think there's a little bit more than what I've got going on at the moment, and I'm actually kind of keen to figure out what that is. And that might be a journey, a blind journey, where you're heading off in any direction just to see what fits. Either way, you've got to be open to take a journey. So going in search of the 9th cup is knowing when there is something that's missing in your life, knowing that emotionally something that is missing can fulfill whatever this void is within you. So taking the approach of, right, I've kind of got to let go of what I've been holding on to tightly. Mind frame, finances, most likely your finances. You've got to break out of this limited bubble that you've been holding on to. Clearing up your mind frame, clearing up certain traumas, past experiences, just hurts. Intellectual burdens really is what this is. Clearing up that in November Scorpio season is a good way for you to get really clerical about your emotions. Very still, very straight to the point, really cutting through a lot of stuff that you know isn't necessarily aiming towards this pursuit of ultimate happiness. Going in search of your dreams, no holds barred, not being held back. You are at the end of certain cycles, Virgo. This King of Wands energy is interesting because he's been consistent in your readings for a minute also. You know that there is more you want, and you know that the options that life is giving you right now is really asking for you to figure out which direction it is that you truly want to go in. You might be making a few decisions between a few different people, and I think making decisions from an emotionally well-balanced. Do you see how many 9s there are? 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands. The only thing that's missing is the 9 of Pentacles, but let's be honest, until you're not willing to let go of what it is that has held you redundant, held you back, held you in a place of a fixed small energy, until you're not choosing to get fixed and still for a second to figure out what it is that you can do to break beyond that, We've got the Eight of Pentacles. See, I told you, you're going to get the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to get there, boo. There's just a little bit of work to do before then. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, sitting on top of both of these kings. There you are, Virgo. You've got an emotional decision to make between two kings. Doesn't have to be gender specific. Can be either way. King of Wands and a King of Swords. One who is really just... He may be emotionally detached. He might not be emotionally available, but you know what? There's something about him. And the other one is a King of Wands, which might mean that you have to go on an emotional, set yourself free journey. Queen of Cups is one who is emotionally grounded. Scorpio season, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. The Four of Cups. There's something that you're not looking at. There's something you're not looking at. There's an opportunity that you're not looking at, Virgo. There is something here that you're just not concerned with because you're so concerned with what you have had or what has been. Oh, I love it. You're at the bottom of the deck for November. I love it. It's really good energy, actually. It's good to see you, Virgo. It's good to see you, boo-boo. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Virgo, when it rains, it pours. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of decisions. You're making decisions in regards to work. You're making decisions in regards to romance. There is this abundance of opportunities that surround you, and you are right there, Virgo. So, and the Empress card. Hello, the Fool card. Okay, hold on. Let's get into this. Virgo, focus really intently on your emotional well-being, the traumas, the triggers that come up this season. It's a moody season. It's for me personally, I love being moody as hell this month and just being like, it's Scorpio season, let me be. I don't know. I'm not saying you should do that, but that's just what I do. Getting emotionally sound, getting emotionally grounded. There's an opportunity that you have been presented with, you are being presented with, and you are looking away from it. Focusing on what serves you, focusing on what you know you can grow. You need to pay a lot more attention to what is at hand, being super present. Knight of Cups, there's these offers, emotional offers that are coming through, and they're coming through consistently and they're coming through steadily. Knight of Pentacles is financial opportunities. You're investing in Bitcoin, you are investing in other things, you are seeing your yields, your returns. There's growth, there's development. Page of Pentacles. Virgo, there's a lot of money in November, okay? And so you're being asked, you really are being asked, right? Now is the time you kind of got to decide for yourself. Everything goes direct in regards to planetary movements. You have an opportunity to set yourself free. 999, end of a cycle. So you choose which direction it is that sets you in a direction where there's honesty, where you can be true to yourself, where you're given the space that you need, where you're appreciated for who you are and what you are. Who you are and what you are, the wisdom that you serve and the knowledge that you bring. And there are not people that are trying to bypass you with their own bullshit, their egotistical bullshit. The Empress card. Of course, Virgo, you have been sitting in this Empress energy, abundant, full of life, just full of life's riches, drawing in a lot of good, a lot of blessings, a lot of fertility and a lot of fruitility because you got your mind right. There is support, there is reunions, there are reconciliations that are taking place between lovers where hurts and heartaches need to be healed. Scorpio season is one for bringing out the worst in people's moods, the worst secrets, the worst hurts, it's all got to come out. Because Virgo, you might seem to be used to living in this almost numbed out version of life because it's so painful. Those swords have been wedged so deeply into that heart that you, in order to just even be able to move, to be able to get through a day, you've got to just numb out this intense pain. And it's time to look at that. Scorpio season is inviting you to see where it is that you know that you've got to start a new cycle. The Two of Cups and the Lovers, it's coming together. This soulmate union, this pair, these decisions, These directions that you're having to take, 8 and 8, financial growth, so much communication coming in about growth. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, where you are being asked to focus in on your finances. The Death card, Scorpio energy, you are being asked to transmute energy that you know you've got to change up in yourself. There is rebirth, there are regrowths that need to happen, and once the energy's there, you start moving forward. 9 of Pentacles, there it is. Into this more self-sufficient, financially independent, grounded, stable, secure, solid version that comes with an obsession with self. But what's wrong with growing? What's wrong with being obsessed with your own growth when you know that this time brings you, with the right effort, all the emotional abundance that you need? And even though you might decide that this intensity will be a period where you shut yourself out and limit yourself, I don't think so. Now's the time to move quite swiftly, because there are commitments, contracts that need signing, homes that need fixing, invitations to love that need to be made, and journeys where you know you need to grab what's precious and move the hell on. Virgo, get really about you. Your study, your research, your ability to shine when all else is bleak. Your luminosity is back this month, and your cup runneth all the way over. You find yourself back to you, and that leads you straight into this love pairing. There are cycles that need to be closed, and there are certain chapters that really need to be healed. And this heart of yours, Virgo, finally deserves to have those swords pulled out and those holes mended up. Because it's not all right for you to be so numb that just in order to get through, you feel nothing. It's time to feel again, my love. Oh my God, what a powerful month. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the reading, do give it a thumbs up. To book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. Like, share, subscribe, tell all your mates Ruby loves you. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I love you. Have a good one. Mwah.